Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is a show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice. This is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, Holly Springs, Mississippi. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty. I am here with my girl, my little sister, Miss Morningstar, and we are from Our Plugs, the community connection. Today is our mental health day, and we will be blessed on the stage with our sisters. That is Mrs. Jack and, of course, Counselor Nikki. And today we will be talking about disability rights. So I hope you guys tune in. I know that we all know someone who receives disability. So we need to find out what's going on in this country. And our sisters are here to let us know and be aware. But before we get into all that, we've got to do our morning, I want to call it a check-in. We got to go through our norm. So I also want to say good evening to our family and friends on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our journey. Here is your reminder to drink 16 ounces of water every single day as soon as you wake up. Take your morning medication as well as your morning vitamins or your vitamins for the day, and drink and eat you a healthy breakfast. You can also drink you a good smoothie. Smoothies are just as good as breakfast. Some people just choose to drink smoothies. Put your little protein powder in there as well. And sit down and get ready to enjoy this show. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Miss Morningstar so that we can get these affirmations that we need and we live by. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. What do you have for us this fine Wednesday?
Good morning. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day Wednesday. We almost there, y'all. Halfway through to the 72-hour mark. We almost there. So y'all
48 hours.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish it
I want to give us 72. Dang, it ain't nothing happening. Okay.
No.
Okay, 48 hours out, 48. But welcome in. Hope everybody is refreshed, rejuvenated, ready to get this day started and over with, okay? Especially with work. So we're going to do some work affirmations because a lot of you all are heading out this morning in Holly Springs and Memphis, heading to work or at work already and trying to get through the day. So whether you're hanging out with friends, sometimes at work on break or whatever you're doing, how often do we talk to ourselves about just being positive, right? We have that inner voice sometimes, which is our biggest cheerleader, but other times, we whisper a lot of that self-doubt. So I'm going to give you some affirmations that will help with your career progress, teamwork, and handling conflicts. Cause I had a days at work,
Hey.
and I manage a team, and it come with different personalities. So sometimes you gotta, be able to do that adjustment like eagles do. You gotta adjust in the air and redirect yourself. So affirmations will help. So let's get started with the affirmations. Career progression. I am learning, evolving, and growing at my own pace. I am a magnet for success and prosperity at work. I am open to learning and adapting to new situations. I deserve opportunities that align with my values and strength. I'm building a career that supports my well being. Teamwork. I am a valuable asset to my team and my organization. My voice matters even when it sounds different from the majority. I nurture strong and authentic connections with my colleagues. I build trust by being honest, accountable, and supportive. I approach every interaction with kindness and respect. Handling conflicts. I can address tension and miscommunication with clarity, not avoidance. Don't avoid it.
You are reading them, and I'm saying to myself, I got a lot of work to do on me.
Listen, we leaders and leadership, and we always can use this advice. It's hard.
Oh, it's hard. Y'all, it's so hard.
I'm in control of my work-life balance. I embrace challenges and opportunities for growth. And it is okay to pause before reacting.
Amen.
It is.
I'm gonna need you to send me that link.
I got an anecdotal for that.
So I can read it on before I walk into my office. I need to read all of that before I walk into my office.
I really want to manifest this and put this in my office on a plaque, because yes, especially that last one. It is okay to pause. Because I think I know I had to take a nice long pause in my regular team huddle with one of my employees because he tried me a little bit.
Yeah, me too. That was me. Yeah,
I had to pause before I spoke again.
Yep. Sometimes you
come to my office.
Yeah. Sometimes it's best. Sometimes it's best to just, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and end right here. Send me any of your questions. Can I see you? Can I stay? I'm gonna need you to stay right here.
Yeah,
everybody. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Trust me. And you know what? I have to remember that not everybody has a good day, and no one is perfect. And that person could have had just an off day because honestly, that person is a very good employee when it comes to doing what she does. But baby, sometimes you just be right on the edge of saying, you know what?
Yeah.
Like you say, kids, F this job.
Okay.
Woo, baby. But anyhow, thank you, Miss Morningstar. We need those.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to put that in the Signal chat so I can just do a screenshot and put it in there so I can read it
already
before I go into the office, especially tomorrow. Hello, Andrew Mantel and Butterfly Squad. We see you on YouTube. Thank you for dropping in. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. As always, you give us something when we really and truly need it, because I ain't even gonna hold you guys. Today, I had to send a text message to my husband and say, what will happen if I just walk out and quit today? What will happen, babe? You think we can be all right if I just go ahead and quit? I like doing the radio. I can do that, anyhow, let's get into this weather before I get off topic and start venting over here. All right. Holly Springs today, you have a high of 83, a low of 71. It feels like 88 during the day, 72 at night, with a 65% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. In the morning, you're going to have rain. In the afternoon, it's thunderstorms. Please be careful. Humidity will be very high all day and all evening. Memphis, Tennessee, today you have a high of 84, a low of 73. Feels like 91 during the day, 75 at night, with an 87% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Morning rain, just like Holly Springs, and afternoon thunderstorms. Be careful. Humidity will be very high all day. Please take your umbrella and slow down, you guys. Seriously. No, nothing is so important that you have to rush and crash. Let's just take a beat back. H-Town, Houston, Texas. Today we have a high of 82, a low of 78. Feels like 89 during the day, 77 at night, with a 62% chance of rain. Winds are out of the southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. It's going to be cloudy all day and raining off and on. Humidity is very high all day and all evening. And that is your weather for this Beautiful Wednesday. I know it stormed crazy yesterday morning, and I think we are in for rain for the rest of this week, all the way up until Saturday. So it's going to rain, it's going to start tapering off. But I did see that the Saharan dust is making its way out of Texas and into Mississippi. I'm going to tell you straight up, you guys, it will get it if you have allergies or any type of breathing issues, please stay indoors because it is not to be played with.
Yeah.
All right, sis. Let's go ahead and get into some news that you can use. Oh Lord, what has happened? What has happened today? It's always it's always something. It's always
Yeah.
something.
Well, we don't go too many days without much. So let's start with the local news for our local listeners. Memphis. Did y'all hear about the fake lawyer? So it's a fake lawyer. He gets 12 years after scamming clients out of thousands.
Not a fake lawyer.
Fake lawyer. A Cordova man has been sentenced to 12 years after pleading guilty to impersonating a lawyer and stealing thousands from victims, the Shelby County District Attorney's Office stated. 62 years old, this man, convicted of financial exploitation of elderly and vulnerable adults. So I'm telling y'all this story because I want people to understand. Please, if you have an elderly person in your life that you love, an aunt, uncle, grandma, mother, father, please check their phones, check who they're talking to, talk to them, go check on them. These scammers are scamming. They are real, and they're coming after the vulnerable elderly community because they know they get a certain check maybe on certain days of the month. They know that they're on limited income, so they know that they're easy to con to get things done around the house or to pay, quick pro quo stuff. And they're scamming them. And this is exactly what this demon was doing. He was scamming senior citizens, property theft, impersonating a licensed professional. They're demons, faking. Kind of sound familiar, right?
It sounds real familiar.
Yeah.
Real familiar. I mean, is this the age of the con man? Because my goodness, every time we turn around, we have to read a story or go over an article about someone being conned, and it's why and they typically go after the elderly, and this isn't anything new. We just like Miss Morningstar said, check on your loved ones, check on the elderly because they're a target. Unfortunately, this is where we're at. I mean, look what they're doing to Riga Tortoise, Mitch McConnell. They got him propped up like he's still with us.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's.
And getting some type of money from it. Somebody getting a check still. He can't spend it.
Somebody getting that check.
Look, these people are ruthless. They have zero heart, zero empathy. So yeah, that's just my reminder. When I came across the story, I wanted to let my Memphis people know, make sure you check, and this is for everybody. Check on your elderly. Make sure this goes with tonight's topic, disability rights. They have rights. And one of them got to the scam, and after he was conned out of $40,000, that's a lot of money.
Baby, the way he would have to come off my money. I mean, it's one thing, yes, give him jail time, but where is the money, LaShandra?
Pay my money back. I think restitution will be paid. Other people, he said that she paid him $7,000, $30,000. I'm looking at all these numbers.
30,000, baby.
These elderly folks was balling. Okay.
No, that was their life saving.
It was their life saving.
They've been saving, and how dare you come?
And you go steal from them? Yeah. May you have
it's
fire
just
drawers on. May your drawers be hot and fiery while you are in prison.
Yeah. I think they're taking a page out of somebody's playbook. Somebody's scamming people, selling them fake phones and fake shoes and a fake coin. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the president. Anyway.
Oh, yeah, they do that in here. Yeah, that's that old demon. That's
where they're getting it from. If he can get away with it, we can get away with it. But either way, it's horrible. I do have some good news for our
good. Let's go.
Mississippi program helps low-income households pay utility bills. State energy assistance funding increased this year. So in Jackson, Mississippi, the Mississippi Department of Human Services works to help families who struggle to pay their utility bills through a federal energy assistance program. The Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, known as LIHEAP, helps low-income households cover energy costs. In 2025, Mississippi paid out $25 million through LIHEAP and an energy crisis intervention program.
Probably HEAP. HEAP was one of the programs.
Yeah.
HEAP. Mm-hmm.
With all funds going directly to the clients.
Nice.
So this is great news. I know that our citizens in Mississippi, we all need some help right about now.
Yeah.
I don't even want to look at my light bill next month. One of the directors, her name is Nicole Macbeth of Community Services at MDHS, said the program covers a wide range of energy-related expenses. It helps with paying their utility bills, which is electricity, propane, gas, wood, and other related energy services like HVAC, heaters, hot water heaters, fans, and all other appliances of that nature. So to go ahead, all you need to do is go and let me tell you how you qualify. Households qualify for LIHEAP if their income falls below 60% of the state median income. Residents who do not know their local community action agency can call MDHS Community Services for guidance. Once again, that's M as in Mary, D as in David, H as in Harry, S as in Sam, Community Services. Or you can go to their website and get your assistance. So that's some good news. Everybody needs a little help nowadays. And I'm loving that Mississippi is taking their citizens into consideration.
That's right.
Yes, we all need a little help sometimes.
Yeah, we do. And good, some more good news. E. Carroll finally got her $5 million plus
5.6 million.
Yes.
About
plus
time.
Interest. Her
plus interest. Frumpy.
So yeah.
Cut the check.
Auntie Eugene got her money after a long fight. Why she had to fight like that for something you knew you owed her, man?
Shouldn't have never pushed up on her.
You shouldn't have never touched her. You shouldn't have
never
kept your nasty, crusted, dirty, black, dead hands to yourself.
What are they? Black
dead hands to yourself. Just nasty.
I'm gonna agree with you.
He got more money coming too. Just hold tight. He owe us some more. Defamation.
He sure does. Look, Eugene, I'm gonna give you a call in the morning, sis. I gotta talk to you about some things, honey. I'm gonna give you a call though. But
she said she donating it to different charities. So
call her. Because look,
the community can use it.
Yes, can. Yes,
break us off a little slice.
A little slice, not too much. I also have some news about this pollution from Musk's unpermitted XAI power project hits hardest in Black communities. Well, we already knew that.
Yeah.
We already knew that. Black communities, they see it as, oh, well, we can put this in the Black communities. They don't even matter. I beg to differ. What's done in the dark always comes to light. And karma is never sleep. Elonia, your day is coming, baby. Your day is coming. All the money in the world, you can't take it with you. But when you plan on intentionally hurting people, that's the lowest that you can be. Yes, Melbo. Yes.
I got it right here, Melbo. What's next?
Lady Lindsay's sister, she's
Darlene. Now, how she get a job? She ain't never had no.
How any of them get a job?
She ain't never had no government experience. How she get a job?
How did any of them get jobs? None of them. Look at Linda McMahon. She was on TV telling people how to wrestle.
And I was looking at her stand there while she was being sworn in, and every last one of them demonic demons was all around. There wasn't nothing but blue suits and around her. I said, well, where the ladies at? This is a little creepy. Y'all all up on the woman. Like,
I got a question.
I feel like they're gonna bully her or something. What you think?
Yeah, it looks like a bully situation. But I
Yeah.
have a question, and I'm being completely serious. You know that picture that you put in Signal, and you said, "Look at her, look at their face," and they all had the same face, and it was a face of somebody. It was a lady. I think it was a lady.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think
Probably
they all had the same.
no. You said we said that she looked like a demon, and they were in
that
yeah,
the Crypt Keeper.
the Crypt Keeper. Was she there?
I didn't see her, but
Okay.
did you know she looks like that because of all her plastic surgeries? I came across something, and I don't know if somebody shared it to me or not. All the transformations from different plastic surgeries of all the MAGA women. And OMG, y'all. If y'all go Google that and find that, these women are seriously sick, okay? Because most of them were decent looking people and went and got that plastic surgery to try to do something, well, really try to recreate us, because they want to look like us so bad with the full lips and, the nice skin complexion. So they go overboard, and they wind up like literally burning their faces up and shrinking just look horrible. Bubble lips, not even normal.
Well,
like Skeletor.
Yeah, Skeletor. That's what that lady looked like.
She
looked
did.
like Skeletor. I was just wondering if she had showed up in support of Lindsey Graham's sister taking over his position, Lady Lindsey. Anywho, let's go ahead and take a commercial break. Y'all, stay away from any type of plastic surgery that will turn you into a Crypt Keeper. It ain't cute. I'm just telling the truth. It's not. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community. Welcome to a world that sparkles. You have found your one-stop shop. Sparkle Kicks has everything to outfit you from head to toe. Well, not everything, but close. From crochet hats, to sassy tees, to our custom blinged out Crocs and sneakers, we have it all. You can even customize your home with our resin art. Whether it's a custom set of coasters or K-cup holder, handmade dominoes, or your kid's very own custom tic-tac-toe board, we are here for you. We are located on Etsy, Our Plugs LLC, and the TikTok shop.
Mommy-daughter duo, Counselor Nikki and Addie, want to welcome you to the Sparkleverse, where every child has a light that is uniquely their own. Through heartwarming adventures like in Addison Sparkle, unforgettable characters and everyday moments like in Kai Finds a Spark, children learn bravery, resilience, and the power of believing in themselves. Find us at CompassionCreationsPress.com and at OurPlugs.com. Hope we help you find your sparkle.
Hello, my name is Siva Carter, the founder of our nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what Carter Caring Hands does, we help families keep food on their tables here in the Michigan area. If you'd like to support us, go to Carter'sCaringHands.com or ourplugs, OurPlugs.com. Donate whatever you can, because every penny counts, every dollar folds, and together, you and I can uphold the dignity in the communities we serve. Thank you.
Life can be overwhelming, but you don't have to face it alone. Join us for honest conversations about mental health, healing, relationships, self-care, and everyday challenges that we all face. No judgment, just real conversation, real people, and practical tools to help you heal, grow, and thrive, because your mental health matters, and so do you. Join Miss Jack and Counselor Nikki Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all Our Plugs social media platforms and on WKRA The Change Radio, 9 a.m. on Wednesday.
And we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. Today is How's Your Mental? And today we have Mrs. Jack and Counselor Nikki coming to talk to us about disability rights. Miss Morningstar, you want to go ahead and bring them on up? And let's get into it.
Hello, hello, hello.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies. Can you guys hear? Can you hear us? Miss
Yes,
Jack?
it's like probably a delay. Y'all hear me?
We can. Yes, ma'am. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Yep, happy
Yes.
Wednesday. We having a little delay issue, y'all. So y'all bear with us. Y'all know how technology go over here at sometimes on Our Plugs. We have a little
I don't even think it's.
Gotcha.
I think it's our internet. Honestly.
Yeah, it might be her internet today.
Yeah, it might be her internet today because it's raining.
Issues.
But how are you guys doing today? How you doing, Nikki?
I'm good, feeling good. It's hot out here finally. I don't know what to do with myself. I've been outside.
Hey.
I
It's
like
in the 90s and it feels like 100.
Let me see your shirt. Oh, that's cute. I love it. Those are both your books?
Addie Boo.
Yes, this is my little crossover shirt. It's both of the books, the characters from the books.
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So today we are talking about disability rights. And you know, that man with the black hand and them folks that he's put in office have decided to mess with our rights. And in doing so, people need to know what they can and cannot do, what's covered, what's not, what's going on. So we're going to talk about it. We've got our ladies of the hour here to let us know what's going on. Miss Jack, I just noticed your hair. I love it. I love that. The bob. Girl, swing that
Back
bob.
in Bob, it's Bob season now. Because you know, switch it
It's
off.
not.
So
Uh-oh.
it's Bob
Listen,
season.
when it gets hot, it comes off.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
My necklace.
Yes.
Y'all start having ponytails when it's hot. I live in Georgia and you wake up and it's hot. So thank you.
Come to Texas. Until you come to Texas, you have no idea what hot means. So we're going to just go ahead and dive right in. Who's going to start us off with talking about disability rights? Miss Jack, you still have a delay, baby. You may need to go all the way out and come all the way back and go all the way out. Shut down StreamYard, shut it down, and then come all the way back in. Because you do have a delay. It's like a 5 second.
I know why. Okay.
She's like, and you not only is it delayed, what is it? Audio, it's also delayed visual. So her hand gets stuck and she's stuck in different poses. And you know, anyhow, Counselor Nikki, can you start us off?
I can start us off. So, like you were saying, I think that this matters right now because I feel like we're just kind of rehashing. I feel like we're in we're going backwards. So it's like we got to go back and dig all of our information out and start talking about civil rights, about disability rights, about, all the things that we thought, that we didn't have to worry about, that we fought for already. We're kind of back at one again, trying to refight for things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I just figured, we figured that this, and also it's Disability Awareness Month. So we thought this would be a good time just to kind of go back and then talk about why this is important.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And I know that, with the administration, they have they've changed some of the laws. I think that parents, if your child is under 14, then you don't have to work. But if your child is over 14, you have to go to work and work part-time or something in order to get that type of the insurance that your child needs.
Yes, like I think you have to work at like 20 hours a week in order to get benefits if your child is over 14.
Benefits, right.
So what happens if your child has, cerebral palsy or something and you don't have anyone to help? Are they just going to make the child stay at home by themselves?
Well, that's the thing too. That's why this matters as well, is because they're trying to also get rid of some of the disability laws that take that step into consideration. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to take away the benefits if a child loses a parent for Social Security. They're saying for Medicaid, if once your child hits 7 years old, you can be taken off of Medicaid.
7?
Like 7. They're trying to change some of the other laws too, so that that work requirement, even if your child has a disability, you still have to meet that. So if you want to get daycare for your child or some services for your child, you still have to meet that going out somewhere for 20 hours.
That is insane. Miss Jack, do we have you back now? Miss Jack? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Miss Jack, do we have you back? And I think she's frozen once again. Oh, I hate it.
Please tell me y'all can hear me.
Yes, we can hear.
It's a delay.
Yes, it is.
Can you log in through your phone instead of using your laptop? Are you on your laptop?
Yeah, you might have to switch devices.
You may have to just go
on my laptop.
You may
go. You're fine now.
Okay, you finally caught up. So maybe your laptop needed to heat up. All right. So what do you have for us, Miss Jack? Oh no. Miss Jack, can you switch to your phone and put StreamYard on your phone? And
it's the laptop.
Did y'all say something? I didn't hear.
Do you remember when we first started doing the radio and we were trying to figure out what was compatible? Because my laptop wasn't. It was the tablet that works better when it comes to the streaming. Like there's something about the streaming system. So, let me.
It's my internet when it rains. Can y'all?
Oh.
Because I can't hear that.
That poor thing. So
you guys keep going. Let me try and talk to Miss Jack. You guys keep going.
So,
okay,
Nikki, I was going to ask you. So when you talk about disability rights, we're talking about a variety of disabilities. It can be any sort of, from senior citizens to children, from young to old, whatever requires you to receive some type of assistance. These rights are currently at being attacked, right?
Yeah. So disability rights are just our civil rights. They're just like our civil rights, but they can be for physical disabilities, mental or emotional disabilities, developmental, sensory, or intellectual. So they can be in any realm. It's not just like for one specific disability. And so we had that blanket, the ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act. And that was signed into law by the first George W. In the 90s. And that's crazy because I was like, dang, it was that late. It was in the 90s. Like I think it's like July 26, 1990. That was signed into law to help protect people, to make it more inclusive for people with disabilities. So it has laws around the way the physical makeup of spaces are so that everybody can access the space. And that goes with like I said, all types of disabilities. So if you have sensory stuff, if you can't see, you should still be able to go to a public park.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it says you have to make these different changes to these different areas so that everybody can enjoy it. You know, work, home, school, public places.
Yeah.
So DEIA.
Yeah.
DEIA, as we know, has been under attack. And a lot of people do not understand what DEIA is. They always leave the A off, which is accessibility. And that falls into what you were just talking about with sensory and people who maybe can't see well, so they need Braille. You know, being able to have the opportunity to have a job and make the same amount as the person that sits next to them. You shouldn't be able to not work because of your disability.
Yeah.
Disability should not enable you to be able to live your regular, normal life.
Absolutely. And they can't discriminate against you for having that disability. Meaning when you go in for a job interview, they can't say, oh, well, this person is blind, I can't hire this person, or I'm not going to hire this person.
Well, used to, Kitty, because
they used to.
What did they do?
They used to, until this administration came along and decided that, you know, we are a land of no laws. You know, they try and say, oh, you know, we want to take big government out of everything. However, you strip us of all of our protections and then you take all of our money. But you know, don't let me get started, LaShandra.
And the thing is, I don't even think that they legally stripped us of everything. They just do what they want to. So you don't know which parts are written and which parts are we're just going to do it and see what happens and see if anybody complains or if we get in trouble. You know what I mean? So you don't know with this administration what they really changed and what might, you know, what they're just saying, we're going to do this and see what happens. That's the bad part.
You ever heard of ask for forgiveness versus permission? That's they are basically doing whatever it is that they want. And then once they are caught and someone pulls them, you know, and tries to hold them accountable, they'll push back and say, oh, well, you know, we want to go ahead and change the laws. But those laws, the first George W. Bush put those laws in place to assist people who need help. Assist people so that they can have some form of normalcy in a country. You know, it's like the ramps. You know, if you're in a wheelchair and you want to go into a building and all they have are stairs, how are you supposed to get into that building?
Exactly.
Right.
It's an attack on their life. I'm sorry, Nikki. It's an attack on life.
It is.
Survival. And your civil rights, your right to be a productive part of society, your right to interact with everybody else, you know, not be isolated and withdrawn in your own house because you can't get out and do things because it's not accessible. And there was a clause in there, well, a section in there, I think it's section 504, that was written in that said anybody who receives federal money has to be ADA compliant.
ADA compliant.
So I don't know if they changed that or not. I was trying to look for that to see if they've changed anything in 504, but section 504 is where that language about federal monies and you being ADA compliant lives. That's where that's at. So there's special stuff that says, if you get this money from us, you have to do these things. That's why parks and recreations have to make sure that the grade and stuff is right. You don't see a lot of sand in newer parks because it needs to be accessible. If you're in a wheelchair, sand is not, you're not going to be able to do that, you know, very easily. So, or at all. So if you notice, there's changes that they've been making to make things more accessible because they're receiving government funding.
Right. And I don't think a lot of people even look at it on what I'm getting ready to say on this end. And some people might. The home health aides. You know, like they're there to create a service and provide a service to the disabled who need them. And when you cut out these benefits and that money, that you're cutting out their income for their families, you're cutting out their livelihoods. You're hurting two different populations, two different groups of people at the same time. And it's a for real attack. on survival for people.
You know, you are absolutely right. And I just looked it up. The Trump administration withdrew 11 pieces of ADA guidance. Let me go through it. Hopefully I can get through it before my tablet dies. I'm having technical difficulties now as well. But 11, they withdrew 11 of them. Let's see. President Donald J. Trump administration withdrew 11 pieces of guidance last month related to the Americans with Disability Act that helps stores, hotels, and other businesses understand their obligation to the law. The guidance includes tips on how to create accessible parking and fitting rooms, talk to hotel guests about accessible features, decide when a person with a disability could be assisted by a family member during hospital COVID-19 non-visitor ban. 5 pieces of the guidance were from the pandemic, while the oldest 2 were issued in 1999. So they just gutted whatever they felt like gutting.
Right.
And it doesn't make sense. It's just, we're just going to do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Jackie, see you're
You
back.
back?
If y'all say y'all can hear me, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you. See the phone.
Yeah.
The phone is doing better
Phone is
than the
the
computer.
You
Yes.
have to use the phone. Yes, ma'am. So go ahead. So we were talking about, Nikki was catching us up on some of the acts that started with George W. Bush. What would you like to contribute to this conversation?
Not knowing anything that she already talked about. Just getting into what we celebrate as far as, is there an echo? Can y'all hear an echo?
You're good.
Okay. So why the Disability Pride Month is enacted, right? So it is celebrated annually in June to commemorate the signing of the Americans with Disabilities Act on July 26, 1990. And it honors the disability rights, the movements, the highlights for the disabled culture, and advocates for full inclusion in public life. And the fact that we even have to say that is wild because of the way that, the disabled are treated. And it's crazy because the things that they had to get access to, they had to be forced to get some things. One of those things was employments. Employers with 15 or more employees must provide reasonable accommodations to qualify individuals with disabilities. You have to actually have, certain places have to have ramps. Like my dad, he had a stroke, so now he has to get a ramp built on the side of his home. And I'm kind of worried because everywhere he's going to go is not going to have access. Certain things in certain places have to have access, but everywhere doesn't. And so the Disabilities Act made sure that certain local and state places did have access for disabled community. Another one is public life and accessibility. State and local government and businesses and nonprofits had to provide disabled access for the disabled community. Education. Wait a minute. Because all my notes was on the other phone. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act ensures a free, appropriate public education for eligible children. Did y'all know that? Because I didn't realize that till I started. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Till I started doing the research, I didn't know that that was one of the things that was applied as well. And then community living. Under the ADA and the landmark Olmstead versus Supreme Court decision, individuals with disabilities have the right to receive care and living. Wait a minute. I cut that off. In a community rather than being forced into institutions. So it gives them the right to live in, like, there's a lot of homes that have, like, when I was in Savannah, we had a senior living facility, but they also are facilities and places like that for disabled people where they don't have to go live in an institution because people don't have access. So the act it encompasses a lot of other things, but these are just some of the things that the ADA actually forced pretty much the government and the states to follow, just to include disabled people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay.
And part of what you all brought up was reasonable accommodations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what you were talking about. It's like you are creating a space where people can thrive, in public, at work, at school, and in different places with accommodation. So like, I know you could be at work and you see people with those desks that go up and down because they can only sit for so long. So they have to be able to stand up. Or sometimes they may use Dragon Speak to do their notes or something because they can't, maybe they can't see. Or, they have to listen to something because they can't see, or they have Braille. Like they'll have different accommodations so that you can still do your job independently. And you can go to work, you can go to school, you can go where you need to go. You're crossing the streets, you see the thing blinking, the lights will blink, walk or not walk. You might hear a sound saying walk or stop or whatever. There's all kind of accommodations. So it's like you're modifying the environment to include everybody.
Right.
So this doesn't just apply to federal. This applies to private companies as well, correct?
Mm-hmm. You can request reasonable accommodations for whatever
For the
disability
private
you have.
ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get a doctor. You have to get a letter, something from the doctor, talking about what the accommodations that you need are and why. And that usually goes through some sort of either human resources or sometimes they have a third party company that just handles reasonable accommodations.
Mhm.
And they'll go through what the doctor is saying and they'll say, okay, well, this person takes medications at night and they can't they can't start at 8:00. They need to start at 10. So they come from 10 to 6. Or, this person has to be able to get off intermittently because of something that they have going on. So you're asking for accommodations for your specific illness. Everybody doesn't get to know what it is. Even in college, I worked when I was teaching. I had people in my class sometimes that would need accommodations, and they would send me some paperwork. It didn't say what their diagnosis was or anything. It would just say, you have to give this person more time during their test. Maybe you have to take this person out and read them the questions. They have until 2 weeks after the class is over for them to turn everything in. So it told me specifically what I had to do, but it didn't tell me specifically what was wrong.
Right.
I had to get that
They
form.
can't violate that.
Because I'm a disabled veteran, right? I also worked a civilian job for about 3 years after I retired. I had to get that form written by my psychiatrist to take to my job. It actually got me to the point where the disabilities had me not work anymore. And one of the things was accommodation, like Nikki was saying. When they can't overcome the disability, then I'm not able to stay there, right? So they had certain situations, because I have PTSD from the military. Certain things bothered me differently. And so we went through a hearing, we went through a whole lot of things. And one of the things that the judge asked on the hearing, he said, well, is there a situation where you can isolate her and put her where she doesn't have to interact with people? Or is there a way where she can come in and work so many hours this day? And, and it was no, because the accommodations they couldn't get or couldn't make just for me led to me being able to be Social Security disabled.
And I deal with
Yeah.
that type of things every day, Nikki, as you should know, where we both work, and too as well, Ms. Jack, working with the veterans, you definitely have a lot of veteran employees that are part of the organization with plenty of different disabilities. And whether it's some ergonomical type of situations where people need, because they have carpal tunnel, or they have vision issues, or they have, like you said, they can't sit for a long period of time, they have to stand and do their job. These are all disabilities and accommodations that workplaces should be making, so that is accessible to the employee, and makes them be able to come in and do the job. I mean, it's not hurting anybody. It's just making them comfortable enough to be able to continue with the job and do the job.
Right, but they had to be made to do that because
Yeah.
before this was a fireable offense. You
Mhm.
know, it's hard to tell your job, hey, I need you to accommodate the fact that I can't stand up. They would rather fire you and hire somebody else that they don't have to jump through hoops, so to speak,
Yeah.
to accommodate you. And then when you apply that to people who are like born disabled or have a different disability that doesn't come from something else, then you're discriminating against me just because I was born this way. So that's why the Disabilities Act had to be made so that they could still have a good quality of life, be able to work jobs, and have pretty much the same rights as everybody else. But I need access to be able to get to my job, and that should not make me a candidate or not a candidate to get employed by you.
Right. It's all about inclusion, you know,
Mhm.
and making sure, like you said, that everybody has access,
Right.
equal access to things. Another piece of it is too, one of the things that I do as a therapist, sometimes I write letters for people for service animals. That's something that is being affected now by this administration, because there may be apartments, you know, someone has a service animal, there's an apartment that doesn't take animals. I actually would put the blurb from the ADA in the letter that I'm writing for this on this person's behalf, and they can't question it. They're not supposed to question it. They're not, you know, they can't not let you in because of that. And so this administration now is saying, no, you can put people out if they got a service animal, or you could do this or that. They're trying to take that piece away. That's been something that's huge now, that's been kind of under fire with this administration. A service animal is in a reasonable accommodation. You know what I mean? So it's accommodation for them to be able to go out and do what they need to do. And so that's now being affected by this administration.
Quite a bit is happening.
I don't understand.
Ladies, this is
how
all great information.
Kitty, are you having a delay? I think she might
Ladies,
be.
Can you guys hear me?
I think you're delayed.
Because my laptop just died. Can you hear me?
It's delayed.
we all kinds of messed up today. I can hear you.
Okay, I think DJ Kitty, yeah, you having a delay as well.
I think she wanted to do a commercial. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so too.
Let's go ahead and do the commercial break. You are listening to R Plus Community Connection. We will be right back after this commercial break.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold Her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
Advertising with our plugs. The community connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Boss fashion is finally here at Morningstar Boutique by Tam. From soft, cozy sweaters to stylish cardigans, whether you're heading to work, brunch, or date night, we have the perfect look waiting for you. Check us out at ourplugs.com for your style needs, where style meets confidence.
What's up, everybody? Scott Cologne, District Attorney and candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Mississippi. I had a great time talking about my campaign with the crew at the Community Connection morning radio show. I'm running because Mississippi matters. Our families are paying more for less, and our rural hospitals are under serious threat. I spent my career fighting for my community, and I'll bring that same fight to Washington. Folks in the Holly Springs area and the worldwide should check out our convo and visit cologneforsenate.com because Mississippi matters.
Remember, Iran doesn't have a choice in a lot of this because we destroyed so much. Yeah, and I'll give you a quick math equation. Okay, maybe they do end up getting $20 billion, let's say. Let's say we're still $300 to $500 billion ahead, considering we destroyed their Navy, destroyed their Air Force, destroyed all those nuclear facilities I already spoke about, their steel manufacturing, their drone manufacturing, and so many other things. We destroyed all that and closed their ports. We're pretty far ahead.
So we destroyed everything, and we're going to pay them to rebuild it all, pay them to open the strait that was already open for free. And at the same time, people here in the district can't afford to eat, can't afford their health care, and can't afford rent. Got it. If that don't make sense to you either, please consider supporting my campaign. Go to BernardTaylorForCongress.com. Let's bring some change here to Florida.
And we are back. Thank you, Miss Morningstar. We all are having technical difficulties. This is part of our lives, I guess.
Okay.
World turns. I can't either. I tried to come back in on my laptop because my tablet is not up to par today. Anyhow, enough about me. You guys keep going. I was just reading on the executive summary on some of the things that this administration has stripped away from the Disabilities Act. My thing is, once we do away with this administration, we've got to reenact all of the things. We've got to put it back in place. You know, there's no reason why we don't want to make sure that people have hearing aid access and they can access their doctor's office even if they're in a wheelchair. You ever get into an elevator, you know, someone that's blind walks into an elevator, they need that braille on the door to know where they're going. This is just everyday living.
But there's a disconnect, Kitty. When you have a group of people who have money, they have no limitations on their lives, they can get access to everything. It's so easy to make other people feel like the little people. We are the little people to this whole administration because the focus is not on the American people. To take away the things that they're cutting shows us the lack of humanity. To be able to cut things from children's cancer research, that's all you need to know. So I'm not surprised of anything that they're trying to cut from disability, what Medicaid and Medicare will pay for, taking away as much as they can, because right now they seem to find money for everything except what the American people need. So I'm not surprised. I'm just hurt by it because the people that really need the help, they voted for them.
Right.
That's the hard part. That's the hardest part for me to wrap my mind around. The people that need the help the most may have voted for this mess. You voted. We voted for you to be able to live reasonably, and you voted against
yourself.
Unfortunately, that's the story with a lot of people. That's the story. They vote against their own self will. They go against their own self and don't realize it.
Is somebody speaking, or is it just
I know that.
Keep going, Miss Morningstar.
I know that as we get this administration back, we're gonna have to expand the ADA. We really are. We need to modernize it. Digital accessibility needs to become more accessible. I mean, there's things like you were just saying, Kitty, like when people walk onto the elevator. Yes,
I'm so sick of this fucking thing.
Oh my God, I'm a strangler.
God.
We need a keypad that's going to have Braille. Like, we definitely need to focus on the expansion of it. I mean, do y'all agree? Because right now, we know we've been stripped away of things, but as we get through with this administration, hopefully very soon, we can go ahead and get back to normal. And then we need to create legislation behind
To
it.
protect it so
Yes.
that no one comes back in and feels that they're above everybody else and they want people to suffer. We have got to be the
Because
ones.
they're evil. It's evil.
But like you all were saying, the thing that stands out the most is it's what people need. It's not wants.
No,
It's
this is
what
a
people
need.
need to survive. It's not a want, you know?
Exactly.
And that's why this matters, because the act was signed into law so that it created fairness, dignity, a safe space, independence, and for people to be able to fully participate in the world, you know? And that's why it matters. It's not like that people are asking for something that they don't need. They can't even get the basic things in life because you're trying to strip it all away.
Right.
Yeah. And that's that's the worst part about it. It's, you know, we have a society and you have so many people who need help. And instead of helping your people like you were voted in to do, you are, you know, you had a duty and they all did harm. I cannot, this administration is over with. I just cannot.
It's cruelty. I see up on the comments. The cruelty is their point. It is. It's nothing else behind it. Like, I know Miss Jack made a point. A lot of them are billionaires, millionaires, and billionaires. They have the most accessible life. Anything they need is right in their hands. If they get old, they have everything they need to get around. You know, everything is accessible to them. But it's the people like us who are the hardworking class, who work 40 hours a week, who work our fingers to the bone when we get to the point of retirement, or if we get injured at work, or if we have some sort of element, a health scare or health element that takes us into a disability stage, we get nothing, and we get things stripped from us.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the cruelty to people, and that's all it's ever been about.
Yeah, that's about power. That's about feeling like you have power, right? When you know you're a person who really does not have power, when you know your self-esteem is not up to par, you're not that confident. If I can take away something from someone and I can visibly see them
suffer
and suffering from what I did, I have power because I have the power to make you suffer or not.
Right.
So it's all about making me feel good about myself and making me feel like I have power.
It's giving LDS. It's giving LDS. It really is. You know, you've got to have, you know, a very small mind to want to harm others.
Yeah. Cruel and small. But it leads into something else I want to talk about, which is ableism. I don't know if you talked about it, Nikki, because I've been in and out.
I did not, but I'm glad I was going there. So I'm glad you're going there.
Okay, so ableism is exactly what they're doing. It is discrimination, social prejudice, and systemic bias against people with disabilities. It operates on the assumption that typical non-disabled abilities are superior, resulting in attitudes, environments, and policies that marginalize or treat disabled individuals as inferior, diminished, or in need of fixing. Does that not sound like our administration?
It's sick.
Yes. And then if you said that to them, they would be like, we're not being ableist. You are the definition of ableist.
They don't know what that means. They do not know what that means.
They don't. Because when you have the president of the United States mocking a disabled reporter, there you go. The most disrespectful thing.
You know something wrong with him. He mocking a disabled person, and something is wrong with him.
That's taboo in our community.
It's taboo.
Yes. Is it not? Is that not something we would like? Hey,
it's very taboo.
You can do a lot of things, but you know, don't do that. You know,
Exactly.
you can do a whole lot of other things, but
You don't do that.
We
And
knew how wrong that was, and we didn't even know it was called ableism at the time. We just knew it
just
was
know.
wrong.
Right.
And
So
Because
you
you are a
somebody
good
really,
person.
how dare somebody who wears a diaper and has
You know
black
what?
hair and left.
Did you say leprosy?
yes, she did.
Did she say leprosy? I'm gonna give y'all some examples, right? Ableism can manifest in various ways, ranging from obvious acts of exclusion to deeply ingrained subtle behaviors. So, some things are invasive questions, asking inappropriate or deeply personal questions about someone's medical history or disability. I had a lady stare at me because I have the handicap license plate. It says veteran, but it says disabled veteran, and it has the picture for a disabled person. And I park. If there's nobody, if that's the only space open, I won't park in it. But if there's one next to it, I'll park somewhere else. But that day I was parked in it, and this lady, she gets out and she said, "Well, you don't look disabled to me." I said, "Well, I'm glad you're not my doctor who diagnosed me. Would you like to ask me any more questions? Because you're mighty nosy." But that seems to be one of the things people have a problem with, people looking disabled and discriminating against people that don't technically look disabled. They want you to have a foot missing,
You know
a
what I call that,
disfigurement.
Miss
Can you
Jackie?
hear me?
That's ignorance. Yeah, I hear you. I was just saying, you know what that's called? That's called ignorance.
I can't hear Tam at all.
We can hear
But
you.
y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of the asking invasive questions. That's none of your business. Stop doing that to people if you don't know, what their disability, if it's not a glaring, obviously something that's, or someone's medical history. Tokenism or misrepresentation, casting non-disabled actors to play disabled characters instead of hiring actors with lived experience. Now, I've never heard of that one before until I read up on this, and I'm like, it kind of makes sense. Why would you not hire a disabled actor that has this disability? Because clearly they already have the disability and they're trying to be an actor, so why would you discriminate? Ableist language, using casual phrases that stem from or mock physical, mental, intellectual disabilities, using crazy, which a lot of people use, dumb or lame as insults, and lack of accommodation, failing to provide necessary modifications like assistive technology, flexible scheduling, or accessible meeting formats that allow disabled individuals to participate fully, like video appointments for like your doctor. So I can't hear anybody.
Yeah, so she makes some good
This is
points. I
crazy.
mean, a lot of the time, a lot of the times, most of the times, I'm gonna just say most of the times, people do not understand that disability does not have a look.
Right.
Not all disabilities have a look. Some people have different, if there's a variety of disabilities. So when you are so shallow minded and you have this small peanut of a brain because you listen to a Neanderthal fool of a president who makes fun of those people with disabilities, then you think it's a look. You literally think it's a look. So you'll have the nerve and audacity to come up to someone as beautiful as Miss Jack and say to her, "You don't look like you have a disability," because they have that peanut of a brain. They don't understand disability comes in many different forms.
She lucky I was working on myself. She really
I've
was.
seen people do that to people, and it's like, well, you looking pretty footloose and fancy free over there too while you getting in the car. Leave people alone.
They don't want disabled people to have nice cars. I saw a video. I think it might have been on YouTube. It was a lady arguing with this or dude, it was a dude arguing with the person that was getting into it was a sports car. And they were parked in handicap and they had the tag on the back. And he was so heated. He was so mad with him because he didn't look disabled to him.
Do you guys know that there is, okay, so they have the Leave Black People Alone group on Instagram.
Yes, I like that.
They also need to start a Leave Disabled People Alone on Instagram.
Exactly.
People alone. Mind your, you know what? When I think that we need to introduce new legislation that people should go to prison for not minding their business.
Maybe if somebody hurt, yes.
Because if people minded their business, we wouldn't have any of these issues.
That can avoid you from being like hurt.
Right.
It's
you know,
it's
funny you said that about that group. I saw a video earlier today, and this girl clearly had a disability, and this influencer, she's a younger girl. She told her, "Go jump in there. I dropped something in that water. I need you to jump in the water and grab it for me." What? And she's got some people with her. She's got the phone and she's streaming, but you can hear some guys in the background. And she's like, the girl's like, she said, "I do kind of want to go in the water, but I'm scared." She's like, "No, I'll go with you. I'll go with you. Just jump in there and I need you to find the scanner for me. I dropped the scanner in the water." And the girl's still telling her, "I'm scared." And then the girl goes to the end. She's like, "I really can't swim." And she's like, "Just jump in there and find the scanner. And I'm going to go in there with you. I'll be with you. I'll be with you." The girl jumps in there. I don't know. She had a t-shirt on. I don't know what she had under it, but I guess her bum was showing in the back. And she's laughing like, "Oh my God, did you see that?" The girl then starts to panic because she can't swim. She told her she couldn't swim. She starts to panic. And the girl walks off laughing and talking about making fun of her and what she looked like when she was jumping in and all this stuff. They're standing over there. The guys are like, "No, I don't think she can swim. I think she really needs help." She didn't call 911 or nothing. She left.
Please
she ended
that there.
She ended the stream and left. She went down the road somewhere. She got back on there. She seen that the fire trucks and stuff was down there. Somebody called 911. They were able to get her out. But she was telling the girl, calling her, "I need help. I need help. I can't swim." And the girl just left. She just left her out there.
The cruelty.
I know.
And she started crying because she's like, I didn't do that on purpose. I didn't know nothing was wrong with her. The guys was like, "You can tell something's wrong with her."
She absolutely did that on purpose.
She knew.
And
she lied.
Fake tears.
She thought it was funny until everybody online started going at her. Like, "I can't believe you walked away from her. Why didn't you help her? Why did you do that?" Everybody was going at her. And then all of a sudden she started crying and she was the victim. Girl.
Because reality of her being
held accountable.
Not nice.
Held accountable.
Then and she was being looked at like she really was. That's what hurt her. When they started seeing, "Yes, you are a cruel individual and we are telling you that," then she wanted to cry. But you almost got somebody killed. That's crazy.
And that's a good example of ableism. You know, she picked her because she knew something was wrong with her.
That's horrible, Nikki. And that young lady is facing charges.
She is not. That's what they said. They said, and the bad part about it is she was never charged with anything. And this was all online.
Sometimes
that's part of the problem. That is part of the problem. When you don't, then that's another reason the act had to be made. People have to be made to do the right thing. Right. And if you have no punishment, then you're thinking, "Okay, well, I could do it again. I got a slap on the wrist or nothing at all. Last time she almost passed away. Now, had she died, then somebody probably would have been like, 'Oh, well, we got to charge with something.'" Like, it's like, teach y'all children to be better people. Because why would you do that to somebody? That's a bully. That's a lack of parenting right there.
I have been listening to us all say the same thing over and over for almost 2 years now. Teach your children to be better. But we have to think about it like this. How can they teach their children to do better when they aren't doing better?
That's true too. You are right. They learn at home.
It's a learned behavior.
They learn by watching. You saw the video.
It is a learned behavior.
There was a man in his truck, and he was being racist, and he had his son with him. And he told his son to be racist with him. And I think it's the son threw a bottle out the window at the other car, some situation. And all I could do was shake my head because you are absolutely right. Like, he taught him to do that. He learned it from his daddy. They're not trying to be better. I always tell them we can talk to our community and tell our community these are things we need to fix within our community, but they won't. Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes you, it puts me in the mind of always continuing to say, we are going to worry about our community. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't, nor do I want to try to even fix them. No, I'm accepting people. If you want to be like that, you go right ahead. Just be ready for the consequences. There's consequences to everything that you do in this life.
Exactly.
When you're a good person, you can expect good things to happen. So if you decide that you want to raise your children to be racist, then you be ready and just be ready.
Just like we said earlier with how we know that it's taboo to mock disabled people. That's in us. We teach our kids that type of thing. You know, people are already going to look down on you, but this is not how you don't look down on other people for disabilities. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all teaching these children? And then when they turn into bullies because they see their parent be a bully, so now you are a bully and you're mean and you're picking on disabled people, you're picking on poor people, you're picking on everybody. And when you get caught, you start crying. What lesson is in that?
Well, unfortunately, our children and some of these adults that's walking around with childlike minds are watching an administration who are being the biggest bullies of them all. That man-child in office, and I do mean child because he's still toddler, he's in a diaper still.
Petulant child.
Okay, petulant child is teaching, has made it normalized racism. He has normalized cruelty, but it's up to us as U.S. citizens and as human beings to recognize that you look at a person for who they are and try your, but you have to protect yourself. At this stage in our lives, we have to protect ourselves. We have to protect our children. We have to tell our young adults, don't go to places when you're the only one.
The climate is not safe for us. We have to say those things.
Please, it's not a flex to feel like, oh, I'm the only Black person here. That's not a flex. That's a threat, and you don't even realize it. Exactly. You're in a threatening situation because your friend may be cool, but you're around a whole group of people. You don't know what type of cruelty you just walked into. Better safe than sorry. Any more tips that we can give our listening audience in regards to disabilities? Is there anyone that they can reach out to in case they have questions? Or I know we have 311 for certain things. Is there a hotline that they can reach out and try and get assistance anywhere?
So the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, is a good place you can look at. The ADA.gov used to be a place to go. I haven't been there. I'm not sure what it's looking like these days, what they have on there, what they don't have on there, but that used to be an awesome resource.
It's looking sparse.
Okay.
You know, you can also go on the civil rights webpage because disabled rights are civil rights, y'all, just so you understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
And every state has a state protection and advocacy agency, so you can kind of look that up. But yeah, people are starting to take stuff down and change wording and change stuff. So it's hard to say what still looks good out there, what can still help. But definitely start with your state and look for state protection and advocacy agencies if you needed to reach out. But it's just about changing the way that we're talking about things. We don't have to be the people who are governing us right now. We don't have to be like them. You know, we can choose to be better. We can choose to do different. We can, in our own spaces, make spaces available and accessible. And, you know, we can choose to lift each other up. We don't have to be our government.
Right.
Yes. Ladies, this was a very informative show. I hope everyone can take something from this, even through all of our technical difficulties. We did give some information, and if you are dealing with issues due to the Disabilities Act and the revocation from this government, please reach out. There's always help available. Miss J, any last words before we bid adieu to our listening audience?
Yes. Uh, if you see someone that needs help that is disabled, help them. Little small things help. If you see someone that's disabled being mistreated, please step in, especially if it's something that they can't take care of or handle themselves. And always the safest thing you can do right now in this world is to mind your business and stay away from something that looks dangerous.
Amen. Thank you, Miss Jack. I appreciate that. Counselor Nikki, any last words, honey?
Yes. Disability inclusion is not doing something special. It's about making sure everybody has access, respect, and opportunity in everyday life. So it's not about being special. It's about being inclusive.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies. Miss Morningstar, can you go ahead and take us home, please?
Absolutely. Great show, ladies. You know, the community is what is one of our strongest resources, one of our strongest strengths, especially for our disabled community. So we have to remember to, like you said, we are not them. They are not like us. We have to make sure that we build a society rooted in compassion and stay strong for our community. And with that being said, Holly Springs, Mississippi, Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi. We thank you for joining us today on this Hump Day Wednesday. Everybody, go out and be great. Do something great for your community. Make sure you check on your loved ones, your older senior citizens. Be active in your community at all times. We must do. We live in a crazy world. Come back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. We will have we will have political tea with Duce and DJ. See, I was about to go back in time. So y'all make sure y'all come back. We will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YT. We love y'all. Thank you so much. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you